So back in the day, back in the old days when Barack Obama was president, there were a lot of figures we talked about. People like Rahm Emanuel, David Axelrod, who had really far left-wing views that none of us were comfortable with. They were views that were, rejected by big portions of the United States. Remember, Obamacare was entirely unpopular. The entire time it's existed since it was proposed until very recently. It was very unpopular, underwater in almost every way. Well, Rahm Emanuel came out the other day and said, hey, I'm noticing these candidates going really far to the left. And, I don't think they understand what the middle of the country is like. They're going so far left, they're never going to win in these states, because he's obviously in Illinois. But, the states that surround him are not hardcore left states.
Yeah,
he
Wisconsin, Michigan, they lost him last time.
This is a guy who dealt with the realities of, governing a country. Obviously, I think they did it very poorly, but at least he has awareness.
Yeah.
So that first Rahm Emanuel comes out and says that yesterday or 2 days ago. Here's David Axelrod talking about where this party is going. Again, this is not some conservative critique of the Democratic Party. This is David freaking Axelrod. Listen.
You said something interesting, which was it isn't good enough to argue that the country doesn't want this. It does seem, if you're running for president, that you ought to take into consideration what the country wants. And the fact is, large numbers of people oppose the Medicare for All proposal if it replaces private insurance. We've seen it in poll after poll after poll. A large number of people in this country do not believe the border should be decriminalized. A large number of people in this country don't believe that undocumented immigrants should qualify for public assistance.
Yeah, and by the way, he's right on all those things. The polls show about 25 to 27% for all three of those policies. So free health care for illegal immigrants, decriminalizing the border, Medicare for all, with eliminating private insurance, which is the Bernie and Elizabeth Warren plan. You're talking about 26 or 27% support by Americans. And I believe all three of those policies are underwater with Democrats. Okay, so think about this. The people who are somehow winning right now, with the exception of Biden, he's the only thing in between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders leading this race. They're in the center of the debate last night, and they're talking about policies that are underwater with Democrats. How about John King from CNN talking about how far the party has moved to the left?
What Senator Sanders was just describing, what Senator Warren is describing, has not happened in our lifetime. That a Democrat can run in a national election to be for Medicare for all, for free college tuition, maybe for reparations, for giving health care to undocumented immigrants, a host of liberal proposals. Way to the left of the last Democrat who won, Barack Obama. Way left to Bill Clinton, the Democrat to win before that. My first campaign was Dukakis. He was not as liberal.
I mean, this is remarkable.
Yeah.
Everyone is admitting this now. This is something we've talked about forever, Pat. Bernie Sanders in 2013 proposing Medicare for all and getting 0 co-sponsors on it. 0.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he'd be able to stop people from co-sponsoring it. He'd want the credit for himself, and everyone's jumping on his bandwagon. And, you can watch that debate last night and I think pull out a lot of different things. I thought Bernie Sanders, the man has never had a happy moment in his life. I've never seen anyone who is more angry and awful. There's I cannot imagine a candidate like that winning in the United States of America. He is just an angry curmudgeon.
Yes.
And I look, people talk about Trump's anger and he gets pissed off a lot too, but at least occasionally he makes jokes. Sanders is miserable, a miserable human being. But I will say this, I don't think he did a great job in the debate last night, but how can you not say he's the winner here? He has absolutely transformed this party from a party that was really super liberal to a party that is outwardly socialist. The fact that John Delaney, who is a Maryland congressperson, a former Maryland congressperson, looks like a conservative on the stage is really revealing. David Axelrod, Rahm Emanuel, John King there talking to you about how far this party has moved so quickly. Bernie Sanders, his loss in 2016 and then the subsequent Hillary Clinton loss has told this party they should just be honest about it. It's exactly what Glenn said all those years. To take the mask off, be honest about it. These policies,
they've done that.
I cannot believe they're admitting that they want these policies. mean, Elizabeth Warren last night on stage saying we should decriminalize border crossings.
Yeah, and she was asked point blank, are you saying you would decriminalize illegal border crossing? Yes. It was just a flat yes.
Yes.
And she went to babble something else afterwards, but she did say yes.
That's
wow.
incredible.
Yeah.
And I love this as it combines to their gun policies, because it's like you say what you want to do is have an assault weapons ban. Okay, you want to take away guns from law-abiding citizens here in the United States. But at the same time, you want to open up the borders.
And we have no idea who's coming in.
Right. What do you think's going to happen? You know how drugs come across the border?
Yeah.
Do you think some guns might also come across that border when you open it up?
Is it possible a terrorist or two could come across the border? It seems like it.
Isn't that such a strange combination of policies?
Oh, it's asinine.
It is asinine. I don't think they care, though. At this point, I think they're just resting this whole thing on, well, we think we can beat Trump.